to you, it's scary. So, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's live and dangerous with Daddy Freeze. And the topic for the week is COVID-19, the scary aftermath. What is going to happen to our economy, to our people, to everything we've stood for up until now once this COVID 19 is over? Let's start from the Ikorodu scenario. So, please, if we're going to take two or three calls, if you're living around the Ikorodu area, or if there are armed robberies or kidnappings or gang related violence or hoodlum related violence in your neighborhoods, could you please put a call through to us? This is 99.3 Nigeria Info, and the numbers to call are 0700 993 993 993. So, Ada, let's see if we can take a couple of calls. Let people tell us what's going on in their neighborhoods.
Okay, not just Ikorodu people, Abdullegba,
Yes, Abulegba. Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Yanupaja, all those areas. Let's talk.
Let's talk, guys.
Call back if not with you. So,
Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
All right, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Stanley speaking.
All right, Stanley, where are you calling from?
Ikorodu.
Wow. So, how is this Ikorodu?
Well, precisely, right from where I am, the area looks calm, but people are not just comfortable with what the president just said.
Hmm.
And, I,
But let me ask you, do you think the president did something wrong advising people to stay indoors for an extra 2 weeks? Do you think he didn't do the right thing?
well, I can't say he did bad. As for the president, is we owe him a lot of responsibility, and for what he did the right thing. You know, the president, he needs to.
Christian, we
videos of people, especially around Abdullegba.
yes, I know sometimes social media can be used as a tool to spread fear and panic and all that. Absolutely. I've seen that happen several times. But also, I'm very worried about the complexion of this particular uh, this particular upsurge in violent acts. Could it be another piece of propaganda? Or could it really be something that we should genuinely be worried about? Let's take more calls. How did you see the announcement of the president to extend the sit at home by another 14 days? Do you think it's a step in the right direction? Do you think this could help curb the spread of the virus? Do you think this is just another propaganda? Oh, there's no virus in Nigeria. Someone said America, COVID 19, UK, COVID 19, France, COVID 19, China, COVID 19, Nigeria, COVID 419.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, really?
So,
And
what
most
really
people were
is
dying
the
of this.
problem? We need to get to the root of this. So
Okay,
let's take a
we'll
few
take a
more
few
phone
more
calls and
calls
let people tell us what's
after.
going on. We need people from Abule Egba. Are the videos we are seeing, are they the reality? Or are these just some cooked up images, maybe some old videos from maybe some other pandemonium or whatever have you? Please, if you are in the Abule Egba area of Lagos State, please do put a call through. If you're in Lagos Island, put a call through. Whatever area you are in, if there's an upsurge of violence, please be honest. Call us and tell us what your experience is. God bless you guys as we receive your phone calls. 0700 993 993 993. I'll take that slowly. 0700 993 993 993. I'm Daddy Freeze, and this is Live and Dangerous with Daddy Freeze on Nigeria Info. We're taking your calls now. Ada,
Okay.
over to
After
you.
the calls, but before that, let's just pay some bills. I mean, we need money to survive this trying period.
Mm. Yeah. So I'm assuming. I just saw Naomi Risky. Nene, how are you doing? I can't believe you are watching me on the radio when me and you used to be on the radio. Wow, okay, somebody online is saying they live in Abulegba and the videos we're seeing are real. Now, guys, off the radio, because I've muted the radio, I just released a video of why Easter Monday, which is supposed to be today, is unscriptural. It would be airing from 11 o'clock on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Daddy Freeze Teaches, with all the biblical support on why we've abandoned the traditions Christ handed over to the early church and why we have started doing our own senseless and needless traditions. You could check all that out. It's going to be premiering from 11 o'clock on youtube.com/Daddy Freeze Teaches. Please remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel and, of course, like the video. Yes, encourage me to do more videos so I can show you what the scriptural reality for Christianity is, as again, the tradition of men that they've been propagated all this while, going in line with the instructions Christ gave us in Mark chapter 7, verse 7. He said, you have put aside the traditions of God and are upholding your own personal traditions. Go and watch that video. It's premiering at 11 o'clock tonight. So I've been very busy, and a lot of people are calling me Daddy Freeze, this, Daddy Freeze. Please forgive me. I can't attend. I know there are people. First of all, if you're calling me to beg me for money, please, I'm not going to be able to help you right now. I have unless if you're a member of the church, you would have channeled it properly. It will get to me. Before we can help outsiders, we need to help the church first. We're still doing our challenges, which will encourage other people, even outside the church, to participate. But the relief package for the Free Nation is for active Free Nation members first. The people who have followed me, the people who have supported me, the people who, when they didn't give to me. They were coming and supporting and helping us propagate the message. And now that they don't have, they become our priority. Is Easter a false Christian celebration? Absolutely. Okay, we're back on the radio.
And this evening, we're talking about the president, that President Muhammadu Buhari's second nationwide cast on the efforts by the federal government to battle the COVID-19. And most people, and most Nigerians, are so not happy with the extension. And this evening we have Daddy Freeze with Live and Dangerous with Daddy Freeze talking about the extension, COVID-19, the violent aftermath. Also, what's been happening at Ikorodu, Abulegba? Is it hunger or it's one of the guns?
All right, Ada.
Yes,
quite a few people are commenting live on my Instagram page, and they're all talking about the fact that there's violence, or there were some bouts of violence in Abule Egba.
Okay.
So I'm getting quite a lot of that on my Instagram live, because I'm also live on Instagram at the moment. A comment just came in on my YouTube live. It says, you can't tell people to stay at home without any provision. Even prisoners are being fed. In the part of the world I reside in, we're given 200 euros on a weekly basis. Okay, so that's someone's suggestion. What do you think?
Oh well, like I said before, and I'm still going to reiterate it on the show tonight, I feel that the relief materials being given out is just so small. And it's not even healthy because with the amount of hungry people that we have in the country, you see people cluster around the small packages that they have. And also, is that you see that most of them might even get infected by this virus. I feel the best thing to do is just to, send money to people's accounts. I think that's going to go a long way. Because if you look at the relief materials, it can't even go a day. And how do you expect Nigerians to feed to depend on that for 2 more weeks? It's indeed saddening.
Now, we're also talking about the aftermath of what's happening. I see a lot of job losses. You see, right now we have poor people. When we come out of this, there are going to be poorer people, and there are going to be a new set of poor people. Many businesses are going to struggle. Many people are going to go from middle class to lower middle class, or from class straight to the bottom class. And that is a worry. Is that not a worry for you, Ada?
It is indeed. Like you were saying, after this, jobs will be lost, and people are already losing jobs. Some people are getting fired just by staying at home. They're getting mails, I'm sorry, we don't think we need your services anymore. It is saddening.
Yeah, I absolutely understand that, and my condolence to people like that. When I saw the video, one of the violence videos in Abule Egba, I put out a comment. I said, hunger and poverty are not excuses for criminal behavior. And a lot of people are like, Daddy Freeze, where's your empathy? I'm sorry. I find it hard to empathize with people who are resorting to crime. You go and loot another person's house or shop in your area. It's not like that person is rich. They just managed to gather a few more things than you were able to gather. And then all of a sudden you go and tear them down too. I empathize with people who are really having the short end of the stick this period. We all are. There's no exception. Unless right now you live on the moon. However, we also need to be guided. We need to be careful. Violence has never been and will never be the answer. And also, right, I saw videos where police vans were passing. I don't know if you saw that. There was one particular video where police vans were passing, and I'm like, I'm worried. So let's take phone calls. First of all, before we even talk about the letter 1004 residents got, and my former neighbor forwarded it to me. Let's take phone calls from people. How's your area at this time? What is going on? Ada, over to you.
Okay, 0700 993 993 993. Or do also write on WhatsApp 0809 597 5805. 0809 597 5805. Let's talk. Hello? Hello? Okay, call back if you can. Hello?
Hello. Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. What's your name, please?
Okay, my name is Oz.
Your name is?
OZ.
No.
Oz, yeah.
All right, OZ, go ahead. Ozed, can you please speak a little louder so we can hear you?
Okay. I was like, I live in Dalemo, state. So my woman live around Abuleba pressure.
Okay, your girl stays around Abulegba.
Yes, which is my woman, is sister in Abuleba there. So when I go to today, so she can't explain this to me that area that I'm broken and even
Okay.
so I was afraid. Why? Because of the situation of God. So
Hmm.
I scared, Because the reason why she's not with me right now is how it is. So I'm not capable enough to get away. She has to go for assistance so that whatever I'll be doing, I will just assist. So okay, I'm not thinking this now. With the situation on ground, lockdown and 2 weeks after. Another 2 weeks again, how people with that is my problem now. And even me I'm down. I don't know.
Okay, Ada,
Yes, Daddy,
I'm
please.
struggling to hear him.
Okay.
So, what did he say? Maybe you can relate to us.
Okay, he's saying that it's quite saddening and that some area, I'm not conversant with most cases in Lagos, is that aside robbing people of their goods and properties, they are sleeping with them. And now he's just so scared what's going on and how things are going to turn out to be if the lockdown continues.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay, let's take a couple more calls and then continue with the subject matter.
Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Yes, hello. This sounds a lot clearer. Hello, good evening. Welcome to Live and Dangerous with Daddy Freeze on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Mike calling you from Bagada.
All
Hello.
right, Michael,
Hello,
go
sir.
ahead.
Yeah. Hello, sir. Please, you should talk to people that because I live in estate. Hello, sir.
Yes, you live in what estate?
Hello. Yeah, sorry. I'm a labourer. I work inside estate. So now we don't have work. Now we are not working again. Nobody is working. So people that is around, please they should assist people that we are.
Okay, what estate do you live in?
At this thing, sorry, Harmony.
Harmony Estate.
Yeah,
Where is Harmony Estate?
that's in Bagada.
Okay, so please, if there's anyone living in Harmony Estate and you have a bit of food you can share, because
Sir?
listen, no, not you, I'm talking about people who can help you. I want to reach out to people in your neighborhood. Now, I
Yeah.
prioritize the hardworking force of a nation over the area boys. I love the area boys, they are wonderful people, but I want us to take care of those who are bricklayers or mechanics, people who are actually working but cannot work because of the curfew, because of the sit at home, because of the pandemic generally.
Yeah.
So please,
Hello, sir.
yes,
Yeah. Please, sir, please. What I'm saying is that they should at least the rich men at least what they have at least they should distribute for the poor at least even though it's any small thing because now people that does not have anything to eat again nothing no work we are not working nothing please sir they should try. Hello.
all right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. We're going to look into that. Someone is asking me online. Are you there, Ada?
Yes, I'm with you.
Someone is asking me online what should happen to area boys. And my question is, how are the area boys a an economic, how are they contributing to the economy
The
of the
economy.
state and of the country? I'm not saying we shouldn't take care of them. I'm saying we should take care of those who are contributing to the economy first.
Absolutely true.
Those who are working but cannot work. Because the moment the curfew is lifted, the moment the restrictions are gone, they will begin once again to contribute to the economy. A mechanic will go back to repairing his cars. AC repairer will go repair AC. A plumber will go they do plumbing work. Teacher will go back school, go teach. What is the job of an area boy? It's a question. Maybe you can answer me. Those who are downfall drivers will go back to driving downfall. Those who are conductors will go back to conducting buses. Those are jobs, whether you like it or not. Those are legit sources of livelihood. Now, we appreciate the area boys. Don't get me wrong, we love them. We also are going to put packages together for them. However, we must take care of the contributing population first.
This is actually it's a tough one, I must say. But I think you're absolutely right because these people, now that everything is at still, I do feel for them, like the hairdressers, and I'm like, how are these people surviving? Like people are not even coming
I'm
out.
even worried more for the hairdressers. You have no clue, my sister, about hairdressers. Who is going to allow you to touch their hair when you come back from this?
True.
Hair care. You understand?
Yeah.
When you come back from this, mechanic is probably going to get work. All these other people will get work. But the hairdressers, most people are going to be afraid. My head, as it's like this, it will grow. I will turn to Aaron. Tears my baby don't fool. When it's too full now, I will carry razor by myself, shave arm. Ain't going nowhere. I get clipper for house. If I cut this side go down. Leave this side go up, this side go down. I shall manage them.
Ladies are really going through a lot. There are some people that naturally they can't just come out and be themselves. And right now that no shops are open, I really feel for them. I just want the hairdressers to be back. I'm not talking about
Listen,
myself.
I don't even think hairdressers can even come back in a while. If they come back, who is going to go and sit down under somebody's breath? Somebody will be breathing on top of you. They'll not be frying your hair. Breathing inside your face.
I think the face mask seems to be effective at that moment.
They say face mask is only 90-something% effective.
And this is gonna help.
Hairdresser, learn another work, at least for another 1 year. Find another work where you go they do so that you go now come back to your hairdressing. I don't know what to say again.
Let's go back to the phone lines.
All right, absolutely. We're back at the phone lines.
Hello.
Hi, good evening. How are you doing?
I'm good, and you guys?
We are good. What's your name?
He's calling from Alaba.
Calling from Bagada.
Alaba.
Alaba. How is Alaba?
Alaba is not good, though.
Not good, Ke. What's happening?
They give us more series.
They give you another 2 weeks. They give the whole Nigeria now. Now only Alaba they give.
That's simply the way they talk, say, if it has they open this corona, they're more of a virus one than say we didn't have under control.
So you prefer to die of the virus?
After the city God, I'm not the one I was saying, corona not the Nigeria.
My brother, our president took a right decision. The only problem is he needs to listen to the or concern himself with the plight of the people. But that we should move around during this pandemic. What Melinda Gates said, let it not start to happen, that there will be dead bodies littering the streets in Africa. Coronavirus is deadly. I read a story today of a man who lost his girlfriend, his sister, and his parents within 2 weeks from coronavirus. Coronavirus is not play. No be waiting people they use play. My brother, hunger was there before. Coronavirus, a new development. Now we have hunger and coronavirus. And you see, coming out of this pandemic, we need to learn a lot. We need to live life differently from the way we used to live it. We cannot continue living life like this. Not be life be this so. We don't have a good savings culture. We don't have good investment culture. We put our money in religion. Now we have 100,000 seater churches that are laying waste. So we need to reprioritize. We can't do this again. I was watching videos of George Bush saying America was not prepared for a pandemic. Obama came and said the same thing. These are people thinking forward. Look, if there's a pandemic, what are we going to do? We in this country are not even thinking. We're just living life like God. And then, you see, religion also helps buttress these feelings. They'll just tell you God is in control. God is not in control if we're acting foolish, if we're not saving. God did not come to Egypt and heal them before the 7 years of famine. They had to save in the 7 years of plenty to prepare themselves for the 7 years of famine. What did we do in our 20-something, 30-something years of plenty? In the 90s, there was oil boom. We realized billions of dollars. Where's the money? What did they do with the money? You understand? So there is a lot of stuff at stake, and we all need to put all hands on deck. Right now, let's stop this mentality of coronavirus will kill us, hunger will kill us, let coronavirus kill us first. No. We all need to stand and fight this together. Should you people they do dry fasting? When you do dry fasting again, more do the one way go benefit us. Should we wanna start this year with fasting? More fast another 2 weeks. I be my brother. Wait till I yarn no make sense. Anyway, thanks for your call. God bless you. We will look out for you and see what can be done for your neighborhood too.
Okay.
It's scary, Ada.
Yeah. Very, very.
All right, we have another caller.
Someone on the phone line. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Ada?
Yes, I can hear you. Good evening.
Yeah, good. This is Joe.
From where?
From Surrey.
How is Surrey?
Surrey is calm.
Okay.
Yeah, you see our pocket of movement. Yeah, the people are still moving. It's very good that they are open. Good evening, first of all, Joe. That's please.
Good evening, my dear brother. How are you?
Yeah, fine, sir. So, there's no, Surrey is calm for now. Although a lot of people, they receive the extension of the lockdown with a mixed reaction, so to say. Some people are happy, some are not happy, and all that. So really is calm. There's no problem anywhere. But Daddy Freeze.
Yes, sir.
I want to. Did you? I don't know if you listened to newspaper headline today. Yeah, Pastor Ben has recanted position on a 5G thing because of Corona. I don't know if you are aware of that.
My brother, no start last week problem again, no. We just they come out for inside arm. But you see, Didi.
Your government has recanted.
Baba don't change mouth too. Baba don't reverse. You know when you enter bad road, you can't reverse, turn, go past another side.
This morning when I hear how can the man just recant it all of a sudden? You know? He said he did a research. He done a lot of research before he came out with whatever his position. Now you are recanting. I don't understand that one.
Be like say people call him and I don't even know what happened. Mo just leave that one before people start to curse us again like they curse us last week.
May they call now. But your eye don't open now.
I don't open, no, my brother. No be that year again when I feel catch us maga. Baba reverse for roundabout. You see people they call for Twitter. Hey. Hey. Why do some people like looking for trouble? This guy is not a nice guy. See as he won't put us for trouble.
You know, I saw the video on your page, Daddy Free.
Baba, but did you really need a soothsayer to tell you that there's no link between 5G and the deaths in Wuhan or the birds in The Hague?
And the part that got me, that Free actually gets me into, your camp of looking for trouble.
No, please, only me alone is enough in that camp. You don't know what I face every day. I wake up in the morning and I start blocking people, restricting people. Then the ones I catch, the ones that they think their mouth is far, I will carry them, use them to do front page. Is not easy. Because people cannot let go of their beliefs. I ask them, okay, that your belief, how far? And that you need to see my DM. Daddy Freeze, I'm hungry. Daddy Freeze, I'm dying. Daddy Freeze. I forward it to all my people in my groups. I say, can you see these people? As I was about to start this show, I heard ping ping on my phone. I thought it was you calling me. Another beggar. Daddy Freeze, we are dying. I said, okay, you had my number all this while. When I was preaching, you never called me and said, Daddy Freeze, I'm listening. All of a sudden now it's hunger. And that thing you were doing that way that led you to today's hunger, you will not change it to once we come out of this, you go back to that your same thing.
I recall the day we were actually having this conversation that we asked the caller, okay, you're trying to, bring what someone said as a fact.
Thank you. Please don't even talk now. Let that guy not call us again. That guy that will talk and be telling everybody to shut up. Please, please, please. Let him not hear that we're on the radio. Shh, shh, shh. Just let's be whispering. So we can do the show, JJ, and close at midnight.
But it's so sad that who he was actually using as, the fact machine left him somewhere and was saying, I can't wait to jump on it tomorrow. So I was like, oh, okay.
Baba won't stream in live service, so we'll leave on.
Okay, let's go back to the phone lines.
All right, back to the phone lines.
993-993-993. Let's talk.
Hi, how are you doing? Good
Turn off
evening.
your radio set. Turn off your radio set, please.
Hello.
Okay. We can hear you.
We can hear you. Good evening.
Hello. I'm calling from Ekpe.
Ekpe?
Yes, sir.
How far?
Fine, sir.
All right, go ahead.
But, I had a program from you in Cool FM.
Yeah.
You said, hello, you are listening?
I'm listening, sir.
You said the number of poverty in Nigeria is very high.
Yes, now. Don't be me talking. Now, World Poverty Report, worldpoverty.io. You can check them out online now.
Okay. You said the people that have, let me say, 500,000 below.
Yes.
Let me say, you call the number that is very high. But
Yes.
I think I don't do maybe anybody that has up to, let me say, 500,000 in his account, they should not pay him anything. But anybody that has below 500, if it's, let me say, 30,000 or any amount, they should pay in their account. Does that make any sense, sir?
They should pay in whose account? I don't understand you, sir.
Any way that they can check the account of everybody in Nigeria. Anybody that has, let me say, 500 now or 500,000 upwards, It's not pay them anything because they are rich. But
Of course, now. Yes, that makes sense. Now, anybody check their account.
anybody that has below 500,000,
No, they are first of all going to pay the people. You see, I don't know how they are going to identify the poor. I really don't know. But you are making sense in this. If they check your account and they see 500,000, why are they giving you money? That does make sense. That does make sense. So Ada,
Yes, Daddy, please.
let me know when you want to go on a break so we can start. We can go to Melinda Gates. The Melinda Gates issue that FFK responded to earlier on today.
Okay. No break for now. Let's just take more calls. I don't want people to talk.
All right.
Hello, good evening.
hello? Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, sir. How are you doing?
I thank you. My name is Shala. I'm calling from Ogun State.
Shola, all the way from Ogun State. How is Ogun State doing? Ah, that's border.
Yes. So we are having a robbing problem in our area here. And anything from that issue down to Atota. So that's where the problem then to Okeore and along that avenue. The thing I've spent to the local area yesterday. So but thank God that yesterday afternoon we got them arrest around the Okeore area. We got about 19 of them. But we have to know that they even came to us live. So
They came to rob you in the afternoon.
in the afternoon, 2 p.m. yesterday.
2 p.m. yesterday.
Yes, 2 p.m.
Wow.
They come in large number. And these boys, they are small boys. They are not boys that is working before.
They are not boys that are working before. Remember, I was complaining about the same thing.
Yes. I'm listening to your comment when you were saying it. I say, these people, they are not someone that, maybe it's because of the lockdown that is affecting, that is causing it. No. All this one, the way we catch yesterday, we ask him, what exactly are you doing for living? So he cannot be able to tell us what he's doing for living, but they are already handing over to police. So, but we are sitting outside in the way so that we were all vigilant in our community so that we be able to secure our community by ourselves. But we just need assistance of government because of this extension that we are sending the date now. So if they can help us to deploy more police to this oasis, so it will help us to be able to counter this thing. So we cannot blame government that they are trying to keep us safe alive. So if someone that is alive that used to complain about hunger, if we are not alive, we cannot even talk about hunger.
Talk about hunger. Hunger is not an issue for the dead.
So we just need government assistance for security to secure us properly. That's what I'm calling for.
All right, thank you very much. You have made absolute sense.
Thank you.
Those who are being violent now, many of them did not have anything they were doing before. It's not like they lost any job. Right now, as I'm speaking, there are people who are coming up on my YouTube live. Daddy Free, show me love. People are still begging for money right now, and it's getting a bit annoying. You understand? There are people who are diligent and don't have jobs. I have never and will never support internet begging. Internet fine bara. Please, guys. Let us see what we can do as a collective to help our people get out of this. And one of the things we should have done a long time ago was build more factories So once we are done with the corona pandemic, we just go back to our factory. But we did not build factory. We did not build hospital. We did not build schools for the poor. What we built was religious centers. And I don't see how they are helping in this particular pandemic. Now, Ada, do you want to take more calls or should we go to
Okay.
um,
FFK.
FFK and Melinda Gates?
Let's take more calls because the FFK thing is something that we've been slogging long before now. It's just an African mentality. But what do I say? Let's take some calls and then we'll talk about that.
All right, absolutely. I'm with you on that one. Turn down your phone, please.
Hello? Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
What's your name?
My name is Ola.
Please, can you speak up?
Ola.
Ola. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Ottawa.
Okay, we have Daddy Freeze here.
Hello, Allah. How are you doing?
I'm fine. Okay, I tell you what you do.
Huh?
What you do.
How you doing?
So, they don't, I did fine. So, for our partner, they say, they see the work. But we know if you work. No see you.
Okay, Ada?
Hello? Yes,
Yes.
Daddy Freeze.
Let me read the letter my former neighbor sent to me. I said I was going to read this to all of us.
Okay.
The letter was dispatched on the 13th of April 2020, and it reads, Dear homeowners and residents, notice of commencing of the Lagos State government house-to-house COVID-19 testing exercise.
Okay.
We hereby announce to all homeowners and residents of 1004 Estate the arrival of the Lagos State government's MOT team on the house-to-house COVID-19 testing exercise in 1004 Estate. Please be informed that the Lagos State government MOT team will arrive at the estate tomorrow, 14th April 2020 in the morning. And they will be stationed at the ground floor of the high-rise and low-rise to administer an electronic questionnaire and also help make inquiries about the symptoms of cough, cold, and fever. Please note that the team will operate cluster per cluster. Upon the arrival of the Lagos State Government MOT team tomorrow, we shall communicate to each cluster the exact timing of the COVID-19 testing exercise in the clusters. We implore you to please exercise patience and cooperate with the Lagos State Government MOT team tomorrow in order to carry out a seamless and effective house-to-house COVID-19 testing exercise in 1004 Estate. Thank you for your continued cooperation. 1004 Estates. Somebody signed. I think this looks kind of genuine. What's your take on this?
I feel so too.
Do you think it's a step in the right direction?
Absolutely, because we are the same person complaining that, how are they going to get all the results? They should, work house to house and then carry out the test. And now it's here. So tomorrow is not far. So let's just hope and see how it goes.
All right. So I'm going to be in touch with him, and
Okay.
he'll be telling me how their testing goes, because I'm sure they'll start off with some estates, because it's more like an electronic questionnaire. It's not that they're going to take anybody's blood. My people would have been panicking. Oh, night. Anyway, let me not say anything. Now let's go to the Melinda Gates and Femi Fani-Kayode comment. You said you guys have been talking about it on Nigeria Info all day.
Oh, I don't know.
Is that what you said, Ada?
No, I said that it's a Nigeria thing. We've been so. Why use the word spiritual? Like, we're so spiritual. We don't feel that anything.
I think one of the things we need to drop if we survive this COVID-19 pandemic is that our spirituality. I think we need to drop it.
to spirituality. Like when this person says this, oh, this person doesn't mean well for me. This person is trying to curse me, trying to wish me bad, and whew.
Now, listen to what Melinda Gates said. While speaking to CNN on the novel coronavirus and its effect on the third world countries, she said she's worried for Africa and fears that the continent might not be able to handle the devastating effect of COVID-19. It is going to be horrible for the developing world, she warned. Part of the reasons you are seeing is the case numbers still do not look very bad because they don't have access to many tests. Look at what's happening in Ecuador. They're putting bodies out on the streets. You're going to see that in countries in Africa, Ms. Gates noted. Melinda Gates, who is the co-chair of Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, fears things might get worse for Africa once cases peak because poor healthcare systems and lack of humanitarian supports are issues. According to Ms. Gates, her worst nightmare was when she saw that China had to isolate an enormous part of its population. My first thought was Africa. How in the world are they going to deal with this? I have been in townships all over Africa and in slums. When we talk in country physical distancing and hand washing, if you live in slums who can't distance, you've got to go out and get your meals. You don't have clean water to wash your hands, she added. I think she's making absolute sense. Let's not over spiritualize this.
True that, because it is Africa, and in as much as we're trying to, curb the spread of the virus, there are still people that still believe that it's not existing. And there are some persons that are feeling like, why should a virus that kills a virus as deadly as that, how can we stop it by washing our hands? And so many persons in Africa are still finding it hard to believe that the virus is existing and to go with the hand washing method. So she's making absolute sense, I must say.
Now, she said there are countries like Ecuador that are putting bodies out on the streets. That is worrying, And here's Femi Fani-Kayode's response. Okay, first of all, let's ask people to call before we even dispatch Femi Fani-Kayode's response. What do you think about what Melinda Gates said? Do you think she's making sense? From what she said, what I gathered from what she said is people who live in the slums have to go out and eat. You can't do social distancing in the ghetto. You can't do social distancing. When 20 people live in one house, face me, I face you. Where 10 families share one bathroom and one toilet. Have you not gone to the hood and seen people queue up in the morning to have bath? Where the bathroom is corrugated iron like this, and the toilet is a hole in the ground. How do you practice social distancing there? They don't have clean water to wash their food. They wash their mango with gutter water. Didn't you see that video? They wash their mangoes with gutter water. So how do you expect them to get clean water to wash their hands? So let's take a couple of phone calls. A lot of people are agreeing with Melinda Gates on my social media. A lot of people are saying she's right on my YouTube and Instagram Live. Okay, people are still talking to me about hunger and posting their account details. I'm blocking all of them right now. That's not what we're talking about here.
Okay, the phone number to call is 0700 993 993 993 0700.
Oops. Exactly 1 hour. So usually calls time out after 1 hour. So we're waiting for them to get back to us with that. Don't forget, like I said earlier on, my video is premiering on YouTube. Please watch it. Why Easter Monday is not scriptural. Okay, so I took a lot of time to do that video and put all the scripture so you can follow up. Let me try to call Ada back now, because we more or less have about an hour. Okay. Let her know that the phone cut off. I'm here waiting. I'm really enjoying this Nigerian food. It's very sweet. You know me, I like to talk. The phone. Ada, I'm waiting for you to call back. You know, the networks cut us off after 1 hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've noticed that.
Yeah. So I'm waiting for you to call back.
I'm trying to call you back.
All right, my dear.
All right, sir.
Okay. Aren't you guys enjoying this Nigerian food? It's very sweet. Someone said you are in your element, Daddy Freeze. I don't say I like talk like this. So now 2 straight hours of talk. We don't already do 1 hour, 14 minutes. Everybody say, I swear it's sweet. Yeah, I could hear my kids beginning to make a bit of noise. So I went to appeal to them. Hi guys, calm down. Oh, I hope. Okay, she has not called. Woo. And you know, there was something I wanted to talk about, and I just forgot about it. I hope I remember. Was it about Melinda Gates, bodies in the street? I wanted to remember, and it's something quite related to this. Now, you see, one of the things that are this, yes, watching P. Diddy's video, I realized that a lot more blacks are dying than any other race in the US. I also watched the Trevor Noah video to this effect. I don't know if you guys saw it. And there are many reasons. Maybe I should wait for that to come back on so we can also have the radio audience engage in this particular topic. Who watched the P. Diddy and the, please remind me, just in case I forget some, I need you to pen this down, P. Diddy, Trevor Noah videos about how black people are dying in the US. Please remind me, just in case I get carried away. You know, I get carried away very easily. So just remind me on that. And also remind me to talk about the FFK response, because we won't finish this particular topic if we don't discuss the response to Melinda Gates from Trevor. P. Diddy, yes, and Trevor Noah. There was a Trevor Noah one too that was circulating. And according to the report, because P. Diddy listed the graphs, and blacks make about 10% of the population, but about 50% of the deaths, which is worrying. So now here's the kind of people I worry from. Stanley DKY. Bill Gates' wife is helping her husband manipulate people's minds. Africans don't need their vaccines. Do you know how worried I am about this? How worried I am about this mentality. Do you know why we need the vaccines? Because it hasn't gotten here yet. And we don't, you can see that ordinary stay-at-home people are dying from stay-at-home. The virus has not hit you. It hasn't touched base yet. People are already dying down. You'll be like, say, arm robbers, say they want to rob. As some people just hear, they just get heart attack, die. The arm robbers never rob. Oh. They just talk, say they want con rob. Person read the letter, get heart attack, die. That's how our problem be. Imagine when they con rob. So they really, really come to. Somebody's saying something here. Plenty Water 77. CNN showed massive grave burial on Rikers Island as death toll. As death toll situation. Mass burial is a common practice on Rikers Island for unclaimed corpses. Sad. Someone say, last, we go, they all right. Amen. I'm actually praying for that. I'm praying for that as much as you are, because no be better thing way we they face for this part of the world. All right, they're calling us back. Hello? Okay, so let me wait for her to connect. Hello? Hello?
It is still 99.3 Nigeria info, and this evening we are talking about COVID-19, the violent aftermath, and then we have Daddy Freeze here. Welcome back, Daddy Freeze.
Hey, my beautiful sister, how are you doing?
I am good. Feel good.
I'm good too, my sister. I'm good. So we have quite a few minutes left, and there's quite a lot we're talking about. It's live and dangerous with Daddy Freeze, and of course, Ada. What's that your son? What's that your other name again?
Ada Blessing.
Ada Blessing. Yeah. Okay. Now, Ada, I don't know if you saw. Maybe next time I get videos in my Instagram DM, I would forward them to you.
All right.
Did you see the P. Diddy video talking about the deaths in the US?
No, I haven't seen that yet.
Okay. That also means I'm assuming you haven't seen the Trevor Noah video too.
No.
Now, according to both videos, black people are dying faster than any other race in the US, from my understanding of both videos. It was claimed that the population of black people is about 10%, but the death rate is about 50%. Meaning, out of the death, to have almost 50% black. And they outlisted quite a few factors. One of them was the fact that it's not so easy to get health insurance as a black person. You're also most likely to be considered maybe a fraud if you try to get. You call them up and tell them you have symptoms, they'll probably not take you as seriously. Also, Trevor Noah showed people who actually said, we are black people, our skin, melanin, this thing cannot affect our skin, blah, 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 blah. You know how we black people are. I was talking to people in Port Harcourt who said Port Harcourt, they have river there that coronavirus cannot cross over the river.
Really?
Oh, no, I've heard the most amazing things. And that brings us back to Femi Fani-Kayode's response to Melinda Gates. You see, there's a way we black people think. And I'm glad God delivered me from that mindset. Oh, it can't get to us. We're Africans. This. Melinda is not seeing what you guys are seeing. And I'm hoping she's wrong. Because if she is right in her analysis, there will be bodies on the streets in some African countries. And the bodies would not only be from COVID-19, but from hunger, from the ensuing violence, and from all sorts of things. So we've got to be extra careful, all of us. The rich, the poor, the middle class, the employed, the unemployed, all hands need to be on deck to save us from this particular pandemic. Now, let me read Femi Fani-Kayode's response to Melinda Gates. And apparently, he doesn't agree with what she said. Now, from the few articles I've read from Femi Fani-Kayode, in my opinion, I may be wrong, seems like a very religious person. And I remember him having a conversation with the Church of Satan once, and he was saying, God forbid. And those ones were quoting him facts, and he was saying, God forbid. And I'm like, if I have a debate with the Church of Satan, I will bring out scriptures, I will bring out facts. I wouldn't be saying and all this. Anyway, that story for another day. Now, Femi Fani-Kayode, according to reports, earlier on today, accused Melinda Gates and her husband Bill Gates of trying to cull the population of the world. After Melinda stated that if coronavirus is not brought under control, there'll be dead bodies all over the streets of Africa. Now, you can find this report on Linda Ikeji's blog. Now, the former aviation minister said Melinda Gates' proclamation is spiritual. Oh, I haven't even read it. Oh, see, what was I saying? And it shows the plans she and her husband have for Africa. For a while now, FFK has been accusing Bill and Melinda Gates of trying to reduce the population of the world by introducing a coronavirus vaccine that will help people negatively. He shared the same sentiment in his video response to Melinda. He went on to reject Melinda's statement while quoting the Bible. He said, a lady by the name Melinda Gates has made a statement and she sees dead bodies all over the streets of Africa. Now, I want to tell you this. There is a spiritual principle involved here. Child, who did this to us? When you see bodies all over the streets of Africa, you're actually projecting, and it's a spiritual principle. For every physical battle, before you enter it, there's a spiritual pronouncement. That's why you've got to pronounce things before you say or do anything, or before you go forward. Why are you people laughing? All my social media people are all laughing. What's wrong with you people? Can't somebody even talk spirituality and people will not laugh? Now she has made her pronouncement. We know what she wants to do. We know what her husband is doing. We know what they're planning concerning their magic vaccine, which is actually designed to cull the population of the world. At this point in the video, he began to quote the Bible while rebuking Melinda Gates' statement. You can find the story on Linda Ikeji's blog, and his video is right here. But for many reasons, including copyright ones, I wouldn't like to play it. Okay, so here's the thing. We have come back to where we were in the first place. Yes, I can come up, I can decide to be spiritual about this too and say, you know what, Melinda Gates, I reject it. We are not going to have dead bodies on the street. But you see, I'm not going to say it and read the Bible. What I'm going to do is, how do we make sure our borders are closed? How do we make sure there are no new infections? How do we make sure that those infected get proper treatment? How do we make sure that those sitting at home are fed at least basic 2 meals or 1 meal a day while they sit at home, even if it is just rice and a tiny piece of meat? How do we make sure that we stop the spread of the virus? How do we make sure it doesn't get to the ghetto? Then I have tackled the spiritual proclamation or whatever else it is that he is suspecting her and her husband of doing. But as long as we continue, I reject it, what she said makes logical sense. If it gets into the ghetto, there's no social distancing in the ghetto. The people are hungry in the ghetto. Go and try to share food there. You will share corona with the food because nobody's going to stand in a line Americans know how to queue and put 6 feet in between each person. Americans know how to pack 200 people into 6 feet. I mean, Nigerians, we know how to pack 200 people into 6 feet. Meanwhile, there's supposed to be 6 feet between each person. So all these call the population of the world. Can we just calm down with it a little? Can we get ourselves out of this spirituality because it hasn't done Africa any good? The countries that are telling their people to sit at home, the ones that work logically, they are giving some are giving €200 a week, some are giving $1,200 a month. Everybody is taking care of their citizens to an extent. Rice and beans in the morning and in the evening for us, I'm not sure we can do. And yet now we carry spirituality pass. How come with all the spirituality in all the churches in Africa, no one saw coronavirus coming? No one. How can we miss it? What were our prophets seeing that they missed coronavirus? They finished giving us prophecy on the 31st of December into 1st of January. By March, coronavirus on the scatter everywhere. Nobody say they give prophecy for January. Coronavirus can't start for October. As they prophesy finish, as they do 40 days finish, first fruit finish, boom, coronavirus hit everybody. How did they miss it? So you guys, another thing you need to wake up from is the fact that whether you like it or not, this our idea of spirituality has failed us to a large extent. And Ada, I would like it if we can take phone calls. Let us discuss this. What do you think about what Melinda Gates said? What do you think about FFK's response? Do you think Melinda Gates was in order? Do you think FFK actually has a point? So,
Do I open the phone line or do I talk first?
you talk first, of course, then open the phone lines.
Okay. First, what FFK said is very funny to me because if you look at what she said if the coronavirus is not brought under control, then that's when there will be dead bodies all over the streets of Africa. I don't know how he read it. I don't know who explained it to him for coming out to say that he's rejecting it and she's prophesying or proclaiming that there are going to be dead bodies everywhere. She's still saying, like, Africans, please observe the safety measures, take proactive action so that this thing will not happen, so that dead bodies will not litter the streets of Africa.
Amen.
Wow. I really don't understand people. Oh dear. Let's take some calls, please.
Let's take some calls. Ada, I'm so happy I'm working with someone like you.
Good evening, Daddy Freeze. Good evening.
Yes, good evening, my beautiful sister. How are you doing?
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead.
There's something going on here. There are gunshots and all that. I think the hoodlums are. The Kotu area.
Melinda Gates never talk finish.
Authorities or something.
Melinda Gates just talk now. She never even sleep.
Yes, we can hear you. I said there's gunshots in the area of Alimosho this night. Like everywhere is shut down and all that.
All right. Can the police look into this?
Yes, in Ijegun Fabulous is 3 area.
Ijegun.
Yes.
Okay. Are you safe at home?
Yes, we are home right now. So we are hearing gunshots and all. So.
Oh.
Okay. The thing is, Daddy Freeze.
Yes, my dear sister.
I really don't know where Ijegun is, but I know I have numbers to call. I have emergency numbers in case of robbery and harassment or any form of disorder. But I don't know where Ijegun is, so I can call out the numbers.
Okay. Can you read out the numbers just in case there are people online too, because there's an online audience watching us?
There are just so plenty, so numerous. I have all the DPO's number everywhere in Lagos, and there are over 30. Yeah. Okay, but the thing is, I'm going to put it up on our Twitter page. So
Okay, now are people sending us WhatsApp messages? You've not read any of the WhatsApp messages.
Okay, let me check. When I checked, the network was a bit not that cool. All right, I have this one that reads, someone is still taking you back to 5G, Daddy Freeze.
Okay, what is the person saying? But we're not going to dwell on it.
Okay. Daddy Freeze, is 5G without a disadvantage? Why are we not hearing that part? Nothing is perfect. Tony from Okota.
All right, my dear Tony, there is a ward in Igbobi. Igbobi is the orthopedic ward, the orthopedic section of the hospital in Lagos. There is an Okada ward, meaning those ones that had varying bone fractures from Okada related accidents are taken to that particular Igbobi ward. Even though we've banned Okada several times, are people not still using Okada? I'll take you a little further. Car accidents kill numerous people every year. Have we banned the use of the automobile? What about air crashes? There was a time when Nigeria would have a major air crash every year. Did we ban air travel? Air travel is responsible for the spread of coronavirus. This is not a speculation. This is not me cooking up conspiracy theories. This is a known fact. Have we banned air travel? So speaking of 5G, yes, like Okada, like car, like aeroplane, like even the phone you're holding in your hand, there are some disadvantages. However, the disadvantages have not been proven to be that dangerous as to not use 5G. And even your man of God that came out and prophesied against 5G has sort of reversed and turned around and almost suggested that he will want to join 5G safe. So, brother, wake up. The joke is on you if you don't wake up now. Okay, what's the WhatsApp number so people can send WhatsApp messages?
Okay, it is 0809 597 5805.
0809 597
5805.
5805.
Yes, please.
Okay.
All right, good evening, Ada and Daddy Chris. My name is Taiwo from Badore.
Okay.
We haven't started the new 14 days that was declared by the president, but the people have started moving in Badore Road as I'm talking to you.
Wow.
I pray God will calm down and rescue us in Jesus' name.
Wow. Whew. So, right now in Badore, there's a bit of unrest and people have started robbing. Please, we need the police to be on top of this. We need the police to be on top of this. Let us not ignore the cries of our citizenry. Okay. Any more comments?
Yeah, we do have a lot, but this one reads, there have been violence at, I don't know if it's at Beshan Estate, I don't know if I got that, at Gowon Estate, Ekbeda, I stay at Akowonjo.
Akowojo.
Akowonjo.
Yes.
All right, pardon me for murdering your name. They came last night and we could not sleep until 4 a.m. They returned today in the afternoon, so we are on the lookout if they come this night. I am at a blind spot in my compound, waiting to see who will scale through my fence.
Wow. So literally,
Okay.
he is watching the wall like Jon Snow. Hello, Ada.
Yes, I'm with you. I'm just going through some other
Did you watch
comments.
Game of Thrones?
Oh no, I didn't because it was everywhere right
Oh,
now.
no wonder you didn't understand what I said.
Oh right now, I haven't seen it.
He's taking his turn at the watch of the wall.
Okay, that's a line I believe from the book.
Yes, from Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones people, I beg. How Jon Snow and in people. How did they say that thing again? I need somebody to drop it for me. So continue reading your messages.
Okay, this one says religion and spirituality is not our problem in Africa. So FFK's comment is irrelevant. Ola. Okay. Wow. My anger goes to. Oh really? He's saying my anger goes to you, journalist.
His anger goes to us. Okay, why did we anger him?
uh, why can't you pass our comments to newspaper so they can print so that the government can read? Okay.
I think these days the government is even watching Instagram and Facebook. Please, government, come to our aid. Oh. We're all begging you. Nobody big pass anything now. Everybody they beg. Oh. Watchers of the wall. That's right. That's right. The guy says he's in a blind spot waiting for the first person to scale the fence. Ah, Nigeria. We don't turn to Game of Thrones.
Gate has said what she felt was actually feasible. We all have to work together to make sure this is not a reality. Let's play our part by doing the needful, stated by our medical practitioners, and we need to stay at home. Federal government should also make provision for the masses so that they can stay safe at home and feed. Michael from Badagry. Really? And he
Absolutely
went on to
wonderful.
add, wow, he sent another text. This is now funny. We actually got a letter from the hoodlums that we should be prepared.
Ah, hoodlum, don't they write letter?
We have turned into vigilante in our community.
They don't turn to watchers of the wall now.
Wow,
The night is danger. The night is dark and full of terrors.
Whatever you want to do, just go on.
They don't turn to Game of Thrones or Jon Snow's everywhere. Big shout out to my brother Daniel Wilson, watching live on one of the social media platforms. God bless you. You know Daniel Wilson? Ah, call me Danny Wilson, and I'll play you ragamuffin. Rag. Who remembers that tune? Big shout out to him. Big shout out to him.
My name is Stephen King. Now we are calling on the police. How many people? Okay, I think you need to put that text back and send it to us so we can make a meaning out of it.
Yeah.
But this line is actually funny. Make I no lie. Police self the vex. Because I have one brother and I know what's going on. Wow. Hunger is real.
Hunger is not a joke, oh. Hunger is not a joke. Now, can we take a couple of phone calls?
Okay.
Then we come back to the WhatsApp and then we begin to round off.
Oh dear, call back if you can. 0700 993 993 993. Hello.
Hello, Ada.
Yes, hello, good evening.
Hello, Ada.
I can hear you.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
My respect to Daddy.
Good evening. I dey hail you. I dey here.
My name is Obade Yadidapo. I understand the way that people are saying most of the questions. But my heart goes straight to that are that are I mean that source of income are traders. I'm talking of the traders.
Hmm.
Those people that are going out
The traders.
daily activities for them to earn something. The president is not even say anything about it. Apart from that, I'm also of care of our rulers and thugs. Even before of this lock up everywhere. The talks are too much in the cities and rural area where there is no police station, where there is nowhere to report this rule. And the beginning of another 2 weeks. So the police or law enforcement agents, not everywhere. So I'm of opinion that they are endangering the life of the citizens. Concerning the meeting, I think it's talking there. Most of our knowledge, most of our rural areas are not sensitized. So I think she's talking there. I'm glad to know the matter. Say one or two things about it. I'm enjoying your program. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much for your call. God bless you.
Okay, Daddy Freeze.
Yes, my dear. Can you? I couldn't hear
Please
everything he
hold on.
said because his line was very low. But could you just pick out 1 or 2 points?
From what he said,
Yes.
actually, I was actually struggling to hear him and also trying to get the number of the DPO at the cartoon division.
Okay. What's the number of the DPO of the cartoon division?
0901
0901
05
05
11400.
11400.
Yes. So the lady that made the distress call of gunshots at Ijegun, someone just written on WhatsApp that Ijegun is Sassy cartoon access. So this is the
Okay.
DPO's number 0901
0901
05
05
11400.
11400.
Yes, please.
All right. Big shout out to my girl Posh Mama who thinks she's watching a replay, not knowing this is live. It is live, oh. Buhari don't say make we sit down for us for another 2 weeks, oh. No be replay, oh. All right, it is 99.3 Nigeria Info, live and dangerous with Daddy Freeze. Last week was extremely dangerous. I think this week is rather calm. Ada, what's your take?
It's just Monday.
Last week was fire. People were calling to have our heads on platters.
Okay, Daddy Freeze, is there a proposed plan and suggestion to reduce world population by the Gates Foundation? Or do you see that as a conspiracy theory or spiritual belief?
Now, now, let's examine this carefully. If you've ever kept aquarium fish in a tank, you will know that the size of the tank depends on how many fish that tank can hold. Now, if you put too many fish in a tank, what happens is they get poisoned by their own waste and they die. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Now, overpopulation is a problem. I do not believe in culling overpopulation, but I believe in working to keep the population down. And a country like Nigeria has really contributed to the world population. Between 1960 and 2018, the Nigerian population grew from about 45 million to about 200 million. Within this same time frame, the British population grew from 55 million to 65 million, and the Romanian population grew from 18 million to 19 million. So we have reproduced from 45 million to 200 million. We've brought an extra 150 something million people to planet Earth. We've put so many fish in the tank that we're being choked by our own waste products. By waste products, I mean 200,000, 200 million phones, televisions, cars, products that are going to be thrown back into the atmosphere, pure water sachets, soft drink plastics, all these things being consumed by 200 million people are definitely going to leave a mark on the earth. They're going to affect the ozone layer and so much more. Do we need to keep a healthy population? Yes. So, how do you keep a healthy population? By telling people to slow down. Tell your children should not be able to have more than one child each. 2 children are too many for our children. Now, the world is currently at about 7.5 billion. And it is estimated that in the next 10 years, it will probably hit, between 10 and 30 years, it will hit 15 billion. Now, imagine the waste of 15 billion people. It's devastating. It is killing the earth, it's killing the flora and fauna, it's destroying everything. Now we need to talk to ourselves. And you see, religion tells people, misunderstanding religion tells you, be fruitful and multiply. That was a covenant God had with Adam. And he also had the covenant with Noah. He does not have that covenant with you. God does not need you to be fruitful and multiply when there's 7.5 million people on planet Earth. He needs you to love one another. And if you love one another, you will not bring, listen, donating an orphan to an orphanage is not a donation. If you love the earth and you want to fulfill Christ's prophecy for planet Earth, for humanity, and you love one another, you have to understand that we have to try to keep the population steady. Now, do I agree that with people who try to cull the population? I do not agree with that. I do not work well with knee-jerk reactions. I know there's a population problem. I'll be a fool to tell you otherwise. However, we don't need to cull the population with wars and epidemics and pandemics. We need to talk to one another. We need to get ourselves out of the religious mind space that needs us all to. I was telling one of my aunties the other day, she was looking at one of the kids and said, I can't wait for it. I said, that's not her priority. Having children is not her priority. She did not come to this world to have children. If she doesn't have children, there's nothing. We need to start dealing with those realities. We need to start speaking them into existence. We need to start making them that, look, I'm going to have just one child, and that's an achievement because I am doing this one child policy to keep the population low so some people will not have the bright idea to introduce a virus. Now, do I think Bill Gates and Melinda Gates want to cull the population with a vaccine? Absolutely not. Do I think that they're going to put chips in people's fingers as the Antichrist? Listen, the 666 is part of the post rapture torment the world is going to go through. It's not pre-rapture, it's post-rapture. So if the rapture hasn't happened, why are we scared of 666? Why do you jump to Revelation 13:18 and ignore Revelation 13:1 to 17? So all these things need to be dealt with. We need to get our heads out of this religious mind space and start realizing that we need to take decisions for our future. We have more people than our oil can cater to. And as a matter of fact, I don't even remember who's even buying our oil, Seth. So these are issues that we need to discuss, and we need to discuss them soon. That's my take. What's yours?
Absolutely. This is something that I feel we should say it every day because as much as enlightened as you are, not everyone has that opportunity, has that privilege. So I think we should just constantly ring the bell so we can sink into people's ears.
I agree with you. I agree with you. Maybe we should take a couple of calls and see if we can survive the next 8 minutes and call it a day without
Okay.
anyone having our heads.
We do have lots of messages though. Oh dear. Call back if you can. 0700 993 993 993. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. This is Francis on the line.
Francis, how are you doing?
I'm fine, sir.
All right, Francis, go ahead.
Yes, my question is for you is that you said so that having children is not much children is not okay. Is it right?
Absolutely. Do I need to say it? Can't you see that we are 200 million people and we can't feed ourselves? And the rich, the poor are about to start eating the rich? Do I need to tell you that?
Hello.
Yeah, I'm listening to you. Go ahead.
So what I'm going to say is that if, like now, I have a four sister, then that four sister now, I should tell them not to born more than one. And but do you know that there are so many people that is basing on abortion that because of based of your advice now that you should not have children to populate the earth. We all understand how many people we have now. You know the abortion that people are going to commit, and those are the things that because if you get to understand where I'm going is that
My brother, I don't want to say to you that the lesser of two
because
evils.
the abortion also is not good.
I understand, but I just want to say to you about what you just said. One line, the lesser of two evils. Is it that they die of hunger later on in life? I'm not saying anything. I am just because obviously we cannot sustain this. We cannot sustain this at the rate of poverty we have. 95 million of us are in extreme poverty. What we need now is not more children. We need more work. We need more factories. We need to take care of the people that are already on ground. If we maintain let me tell you, nobody's going to call Romania's population. They are underpopulated. They are 19 million. They went from 18 million in 1960 to 19 million today. Romania actually begs people to have children. And everybody has one child, two children, like pigeon. So they have a healthy population. We don't.
But hello,
Yeah.
hello. Did you know that there is some religion that accept that you must marry up to 5 wives and all that 5 wives
Religion is part of our problem in this part of the world. And those religions that encourage you marrying 5 wives should actually be looked into going forward. People should be appealed to. It's not that they should force them. They should be appealed to. You see, we should make it fashionable to have one child going forward. Do you understand?
hello.
I understand where you are coming from and you're making sense, but you also need to understand that there is a looming problem. 95 million people in extreme poverty. Do you want to add more to the number?
Okay. We lost him. The thing is, wisdom is profitable, and it's also written in the Bible. I know most people want to capitalize on the fact that it states, be fruitful and multiply, go into the world and be fruitful and all that.
Those were covenants God had with Adam and with Noah, not with Christians. The covenant he had with Christians is take the message to every corner of the world, not populate the world. The world is fine. Just take the message, not make children. And you see, what they should do is one child per woman. So if you marry 5 wives, each wife will give you one child, max. If you marry one wife, you have one child. That way, every woman gets to have a child, and every man who gets married gets to also have a child and experience what it is like to raise children.
Absolutely. The thing is, most religious leaders don't go that deep, like opening the eyes of their followers They don't explain elaborately what's in there. They don't sell them. They just use whatever is going to profit them that moment to just preach and talk. It's saddening.
Okay. Can we take a few messages as we round off?
We have just 3 more minutes. Let's see. Thank you, Daddy Freeze. I am glad we are now seeing things from Melinda's angle. Instead of us to take Melinda's warning seriously and do what's necessary to avert her projection, Nigerians are being spiritually stupid.
Wow, that's harsh. At least no be me talk am. Thank God.
Okay. Honestly, both Daddy Freeze and the callers don't have the explanation of 666 correct. So surely, but surely it is not the cause of COVID-19.
Okay, at least we agree on one thing. We agree to disagree, but agree that it's not the cause of COVID-19. God bless you. And it's also not the vaccine. God bless you.
Okay, and hi Ada and Daddy Freeze. We are in this together.
Amen. I like that.
The truth is bitter, so don't be surprised that a lot of people won't have the same thoughts with you. Toil from away. Good evening, Daddy Freeze. I'm enjoying your program. This is Samuel. Please, Ada, help me ask Daddy Freeze if he can speak in tongues.
I don't want to go spiritual on this particular show. Can we move this to my Sunday show on Cool FM? Please. The little spirituality and the little religion that we're touching is already causing fight. So let's just leave it like that. Let's talk about the main. Can you hear police siren in my estate?
Okay.
Can you hear it, Ada?
Yeah, I can. What's happening? Maybe they're going to help people. Maybe they've been called.
We are just cuckoo sitting down here listening. If there's anything, I'll keep you guys posted. It's 12 midnight. I think we should round off so I can know what this siren is all about.
Are you scared?
In today's Nigeria, who isn't?
Okay, let's take this last one. Hello, Daddy Freeze. God bless you this evening. Why not ask these people calling? Why are they scared even if it's the Antichrist coming?
Are they not prepared to go to heaven?
Are they not Christians? I think the Christians should be happy that their Savior is about to come.
Word.
Okay. That's as much messages I can take, though we still have a couple, but we are out of time.
Yes. So I look forward to joining you again tomorrow as we ride this live and dangerous with Daddy Freeze and Ada on 99.3 Nigeria Info. I think I'm enjoying this station where we fit talk straight for 2 hours. Oh boy, I love her.
You know what? After the lockdown, I think they'll be waiting for you outside the gate when you are done.
You and who? I'll just be doing it from home, JJ.
You're not going to do it from home forever.
All right. God bless you all. God bless you, Ada. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you so much, Daddy Freeze. Thanks. We'll do this again tomorrow.
Absolutely. And we're still continuing on this topic, the extension of the lockdown, the violent aftermath, the Antichrist, and everything else that is spawning out of this. God bless you all.
All right. God bless you too.
Woo! Guys. They hear the plenty siren everywhere. Boy, now, wow. Okay, guys. Make I round off. Go chill with Madame Tastebuds and the kids. God bless you all. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Daddy Freeze Teaches. I also have a video out on Easter Monday, why it's an unnecessary celebration and why it takes our eyes off the real ordained celebration for Christianity. I love you all and God bless you. Take care of yourselves, guys.